Come on. Plenty needs seeing to.
Right. Here we are. And it is the renewal of Nightwave. And I'm doing the Nightwave missions. Just started with Rhino, but I also need to do my Incarnate.
Let's make this place work.
So I'll put in the promotions for, if you want to say promotions, for, because expert overlay, or overlay expert, and rank 1 global, which is down in the extensions, don't really normally say much. So I don't normally talk much in the streams.
Plenty needs seeing to.
Just let the game do the talking. Most of this is just for me to record. Is there any... Is the audio working? Yeah.
Let's make this place work.
The audio's fine. So that leaves us here to concentrate. I need to concentrate. Because if I don't concentrate, then I'll get nothing done. Ideally, I should have like a wee schedule thing. But here's the way I'm going to do it. So I'll work off the schedule here. This will be the schedule. Nightwave is the schedule.
What's on your mind, dreamers?
And we are on Void Flood missions. That's the schedule. Get the next 2 done, which I've started. Then we'll move on to the next task, which is part of the schedule. Ideally, I could put in the magnetic there, but I'm being lazy. The sortie, I just completed the sortie. And I'll need to do 2 more to complete that, but obviously they reset every day. The extremists I'll get, the missions I can get, the enemies I can get, nightmare missions, and we have scanned 15 objects. The obelisk I can get, and 200 enemies is that. And that should get us to probably the skin. Or the catalyst. 2 catalysts it gets you. That's a sigil. Display the elegant lines of the cosmos with the Rhea series sigil. Let's see what it looks like. I don't really have... It looks nice.
Let all the systems see that the
but my glyph is the transference at the minute. Changed it. And we'll just work over these. Do we get any Warframe slots? We get weapon slots. Sometimes they put Warframe slots in. Yep. It's way up at 20 there. I need to go and check if I have my... I've got my cipher for the week. A rare skin for the epitaph. Kubro skins. Arcanes. What's this? A glyph? Zaku glyph? Another one?
Let's make this place work.
Where does that then leave us? I wouldn't mind. I look forward to get the Skandana. So I'm looking forward to getting. Don't know who it belongs to or we're gonna put on. Maybe it's just Zaku's or what, or he'll match somebody else's. It's a skin for the Burston. Burston looks nice. Can't really see it up close. Simulor. It's like a grenade launcher, magnetic grenade launcher. The full set, which you already have, the operator. If you did the last Nightwave for this the Aurora, which looks nice. Sort of like the, it says evoke and the awe and beauty of the solar winds with this delicate ephemera. It is nice. And finally the Zaku skin.
Everyone pulling together.
Because I've already done a deluxe, it's sort of like the void skin, isn't it? The light of the lost shrines with shared purpose from the depths of Zaku's Raya. Do they have an immortal skin for Zaku, or is this technically it? I don't know. So that leaves
Let's
us
check what's
back
next.
here. Yeah, we'll check what's next. So doing this here with
Zariman is holding steady.
this, what do you call that weapon? The Ruda for the build up of the multipliers, and the Cyber. And obviously Rhino because I need to do lifted damage, I think it is. Or lifted kills.
Come, old friend. Let's get to it.
Let's check my standing at the minute. We have 111. We can collect 30,000 in 2 hours. But we need to get some of the Organ Eye.
No problem.
I haven't got the Organ Eye on, have I?
Well,
So we'll need to change that. Put the Organ Eye on here. Wrong one. Wrong one. It's in equipment. And we're not on the ship to change it, that's why. So we'll have to leave to jump back.
shine that light of yours over here for a second.
So there's the last mission stuff. A few mods, pressure point, yeah. Thrax Plasm, which is ideally what you want to get, and Enchanted Lanthorns, yep, and your Void Plumes, and your gel. And yeah, a wee bit of endo. Right, so we'll jump out. We'll go to the ship. Change the ship to put the Organ Eye on, so then we can get some of the Void Plumes while we're doing the Void Orbiter. Appearance stick. Nothing craft. And I have override on at the minute because of spy missions. And we'll change it over. There we go. Menu after menu after menu. Then we'll check if we can go in and see if there's anybody in here. Ideally I like to do it with others rather than having to do it on my own. But it is putting me in with a group. It's finding a group, and then obviously there's a group. There has been a lot in the gaming, I think. If you check out the Reddit down below, and gameindustry.biz is a good website, and my links for the social links, groups and stuff, websites. It's handy. Oh.
Oh look, you sealed a rupture. Not bad. The angels have torn open another rupture. Fill it with Vitaplast before this whole ship goes topsy-turvy.
Huh? Gonna rampage here.
Rupture closed.
It's instead of Hulk smash, Rhino smash.
Void floods have a tendency to wash in terrible things. One of those things is approaching. Do be careful. Ugh. I do not know where that thing came from, but it will not be going back. I have opened an escape lift for you. Use it when you need it.
Let me fucking smash. The void.
When that thing starts moving, and it will, you better know what to do. The angel is trying to retreat into the void so it can heal. Follow it and stop it.
I'm so very sorry about this. One of the fears the void likes to manifest is childhood anxiety.
They honestly gonna leave me
The
here?
repressed fears of teenage Yunta. I
Uh-huh.
call her Skitter Girl.
Yep.
She's a thief.
They're not even gonna bother coming looking for anything. They're just wanting to get in and out. Some 41 offspring, eh? Is that cute potato? Who's the other one? Bonzu. That's it. That's teamwork. And that's teamwork for you. Right, well, can I get back and finish this? Where is it? Get out of my
The
way.
angel is trying to retreat into the void so it can heal.
Is that
Follow
right?
it and stop it.
Something just changed. Any fighting difficulties to report?
Oh, maybe. Teamwork.
Good. Now it'll stay hurt.
Reload. Reload again. Reload again. Alright. How many times do they need to reload? It's like shooting 5 bullets and then... Ah, I knew he was gonna have to
You
do
can't
that.
hurt it while those dimensional orbs
Orbs
are
are
out.
burning.
Use your void body to absorb it.
Uh-huh. What?
Yes!
I thought
It won't be shrugging that off.
How you doing, John? Thanks for nothing. Where are you? Can I leave? Where's the exit? I need to get the... The Thrax. Where did they die? Over here somewhere? No. Oh, there's one.
Maximum void saturation. Seal some ruptures or get out of there. Void saturation is approaching critical levels. Critical levels can kill you. Shall I explain further?
Really throwing a ring at me here. So we defeated the post-migration boss. Got through that. We defeated the Void Angel. And we got out of the Void. Void saturation or whatever. But we didn't get our Thrax plasms. That was a tough battle.
Everyone pulling together.
Surprised we made it out of that one.
Look at us.
Let's have
A
another go.
living
And
dead man talking to a void-born paradox. This universe surely is full of wonders. Go and visit hell upon them.
the last one in it. Let's go game.
Welcome to
Oh,
Everview
nobody
Park.
here as usual.
The angels are clawing at the Albrecht membrane, creating ruptures that will saturate the area with void. For more Vitaplast, try looking up. Gather up nearby Vitaplast and bring it to the ruptures.
I thought I picked that up there. Not it. Okay, might as well get started now. Come on, where's the energy?
Rupture sealed. On to the next. The angels have torn open another rupture. Fill it with Vitaplast before this whole ship goes topsy-turvy.
Get some of the Vitaplast.
Rupture closed.
Damn it. Got this one. Let me slime.
floods have a tendency to wash in terrible things. One of those things is approaching. Do be careful. Well, that's one less void abomination to worry about. Should you need a break, self-extract at the marked location.
Still not getting any of these slams. Always have to be the last one of the party. That was the last one, wasn't it? Let's see. I didn't do the scan on that one. So does that get us all our Nightwave schedule?
Shall we?
It did, didn't it? Yep. Next is Extremis. Can't do the sorties. Nightmare missions. 500 enemies. And that'll get us another 5 missions here for the Nightwave. Or Nightmare missions. So we'll have a wee look at the Nightmare missions.
Later.
See if we can get a magnetic weapon. I'll leave. Just watching ASMR for console games. Consoles. 1985. The Super NES. I know, so just the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Master System. I have one of them. The Commodore was 1986? I didn't know that. PC Engine was 1987. It was ahead of the Master System. Mega Drive was in 1988. I had one of them. Oh, the Master System 2 was 1990. Super Nintendo 1990 as well. The SNES, the North American one. Blowing the cartridges. SNES top loader. Or the NES top loader. Mega Drive 2, 93. CD drive for the Sega was 93 as well. Panasonic 3DO.
Sometimes Otis likes to
I
assume
didn't
he knows
have the
nothing.
Panasonic one. I had
They can learn what they think they
it
already
had like an
know.
upside down controller and the buttons was green, yellow, blue or something. There was 4 buttons. And it had Zool. Was their like mascot. What is that? Oh, it had this other game. It was like you're going through the human body or something. It was pretty cool. I need to get a magnetic weapon. And we'll go for our Batacore. Check for damage what we're doing with. We're going blight. Does the blight have any extra? No. I need to get 3 more blights, and I need to check my check the, what do you call that? Steel path for Deviri. So we've got our magnetic damage. Still need to get, what is it, 25 more of them. And I was going to change to somebody else, was it? Inaros, maybe? We'll go with Inaros. Because then we don't have to deal with shields and stuff. Check nightmare and nightmare missions. Where are we? Nightmare missions here. And we've got assassination, no shield mode. We'll go that first. Happy days, that'll be an easy one. Jaguar. Zool 2. Was it Jaguar I had? It wasn't the Jaguar, was it? Sega Saturn was 94. PlayStation was 94 as well. No way. Nintendo 64 was 96.
Tenno, I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis
carb
scanner
shield.
to track the creature.
Tenno, you really want this? Fine, let's
Oh,
do
it's
this.
Killer the Theme. Damn it. What a bad choice.
Wake up, you gutsacks! The Tenno cheaters have decided to disrespect the rules of Rathum and come after me directly.
Yeah.
Should I show them what we do to cheaters?
See him jumping across it? I jumped across the map.
I can
Throw
tell
a bag
you
of sand at them.
understand what an honor this will be to have your tiny neck snapped by the Kayla de Thame. That's why you're so eager. I
He's
can
200
appreciate
meters away.
that, and so does my audience.
So Grenier with magnetic damage. Lovely.
Tenno, do not damage it further. Use the synthesis device.
Where is it?
Disappointing. A dead specimen is useless to Sanctuary. Are you not up to this task?
I didn't do it. You blame me for?
Come now, Tenno can't hit harder than that.
Nope.
Come now, Tenno can't hit harder than that. I'll be back right after these missiles. Tenno, I was expecting, I don't know, more. like a corpus drone with a dead battery. You ain't getting no airtime. Come on, Tenno! You're like a corpus drone with a dead battery. You ain't getting no airtime. Let's pick up where we left off.
Come on, are you kidding me?
No! You will not! This is my show, my audience! I call the shots! Who do you think you are? Where do you think you are? Your dojo? This is Rathum. I'm losing my patience, Tenno. No more playing. No! 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 Ah!
Nicely done, Tenno. Defeating Kella in front of her audience will show all Grineer that there is another way.
Aye. The way of the Steel Meridian. Yeah. That'll be the next path, wouldn't it? Or the escapees from the disruption missions. Or not disruption, what do you call them? Defection missions. That would be the only other way, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Target down. Assassination
contract complete.
Great work, Tenno.
Siren's chassis. Yeah, it was the N64. Is 1986. Next one is the Sega Dreamcast. Dreamcast is 1998. The PlayStation is 2000. That's PlayStation 2. The GameCube is 2001. Damn. The Xbox original is 2001 as well. I'm still living 20 years ago. It's back to the start, the Atari 2600.
Otis finds it odd that humans only get a few years to live, yet spend most of that time
Doing everything wrong.
learning how to live.
So I'm gonna listen to a wee podcast or something here. You rant. We've got 4 more to do. Energy drain, another rescue one. Or no, that was an assassination we did. We'll go with that one. Energy drain. Oh, somebody's in trouble. An acolyte.
There is no
Oh, it's me.
place to hide.
Hello, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while.
Tenno, get ready. A prosecutor is approaching.
Yeah, I'm the way with the prosecutor.
Will not go unpunished.
Oh? Okay.
And your record.
Almost sort this out. Where'd he go?
You are approaching the holding area.
Where'd he go?
Careful. If the wardens detect you, they will surely initiate the execution sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Use caution. I am picking up traces of prosecutor shield auras in your vicinity.
Oh, I'm getting that back. Forgot about that.
Have you done?
Good work.
It was you or
have
me.
proven the prosecutors are
That's
not
what it was.
invincible.
That's what I've done. And unfortunately, it was you, buddy.
The captive will be in one of these
That's the way it
cells.
works.
Search them.
Thank you, Tenno.
You've located the hostage. Escort the prisoner to the extraction point, and I'll take care of the rest. Prosecutor eliminated. Watch out for more.
Oh, they're extremists.
Love folks who love what they do.
They do.
Give me a weapon and I'll watch your back.
Are we going back now?
I am detecting a prosecutor. Get ready for a tough fight.
That one?
Prosecutor down. Stay alert. There could be more ahead.
It's like jobs and it had like at all. So I died. It's this legitimate just that was their like this whole it's massive. It's just so much. It's just like it's at me. And
second one done.
Escort mission complete. The hostage is safe now. Let's get out of here.
Cosmic Spectre. Right. Let's see what we got. Lethal or multi-shot for pistol. Why not already? Have I got them already? Yeah. It's the resources I care more about. See these? Like nav coordinates, alloy, circuits. That's the stuff I really want. And then that's a bonus. Let's check Nightwave for where we are. Still need to kill
Nora wants to
another
reach out to all of you and
200, isn't it?
say, welcome to the family.
3 more of them. And the missions
That's
as well.
all
So
from
3
me.
more. Let's go. Survival, no. No. Death detonation mode, low gravity. Spy mission, no. Vampire mode? Who's it to get rid of though? Where's the assassination on Narma? On Europa? Where is it? It said Europa, didn't it? Oh, there's it. Is that to do that the robot thing? You just drop the bombs in.
Sometimes Ordis likes to assume he knows nothing. Nobody can learn.
Vampire
what they
mode
think
for
they already
exterminate.
know.
Okay, keep on. Try that one instead.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
We will put an end to this corpus greed.
You open the door, yeah.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
This is not meant to be a health stream. Yeah, it's a good point. Like,
Mission complete.
the guy on YouTube
Excellent
I'm
work,
listening
Tenno.
to, and he lives in his car. Like, it's not as if he's hiding it. I'm not making anything of this up. It's on YouTube, you can watch it. So, I'm just saying you can look it up, look him up. And he's making very valid points. There's other ones that I watched as well. Millennial Steam is another good one. Is it Epic Economist? Is another one, I think, isn't it? He just talks about workplaces and all, it's really bad. I think, is he the one? No, it's Economy Ethan or something like that. But, and then there's Philosophy Gamer, which is well known. These ones point out. Philosophy Gamer's really good about pointing out about the ways you get beat down from society, like for doing things wrong and saying things wrong, and you should be doing X, Y, and Z in life. And this one here I found recently, and he must have been just new or whatever, I think. But it's hat flying. I don't know what that means, but he's just living in his car in America. I try to get ones more close to home, like people that are in our country, in my own country, in the UK. But there doesn't seem to be very, well, I'll say don't seem to be very much. You don't see ones living in cars and all yet. I always think that America's 6 months ahead of the UK. But I don't know what Europe's like. We're really, like, if you want to say, isolated from all that. But apart from America, because, like, I don't see any videos in about, like, from Brazil or somewhere like South America. I don't see any videos from, like, what's really going on in China. It's all YouTube. I don't know if TikTok does it because I'm not on TikTok, but there was one that used to be, what do you call it, Periscope, which was sort of like a live streaming, connecting with people website thing, and it was like Amigo. Is it Amigo? No, it's not Amigo. It's Amigo Loans or something. What do you call the other one? The one where you chatted to people and you connected with them, and it's just random people and you just do things, and then people got, I think it is Amigo, is it, or something? And people used to connect and chat and say things and all. Get some news and see if we can get the Urelli thing. Probably not yet. But what's the next one? I'll do this one. Urelli. See if Urelli in
What
this
can we
one.
help you with?
But
Hope it helps.
I just find it really strange, certain things when I'm watching, like, in your own country, and I'm not against anybody of any colour or anything like that. Not to point in it, just to point that out. But if you lived in a certain country, the news reports, like like TV chat, like anything on the TV, was either just all white people or all black people, depending on what country you're in. And it sounds stupid, but we don't get as much.
Ordis wonders, why is he here?
Ordis
supposes everyone has
white
to be
people in a
somewhere.
black country, you know? You wouldn't see it in the channel, on the TV. And then you wouldn't get news from, like, certain countries. You would only get it from your own country. It was always the same, like, bad. Something happened over in this country, and then they say nothing, and that's it. While now it's the internet brings it out more. It connects us more, like, for the videos, like TikTok does, and it was getting too big until, like, the the channel bash or the company bash because they were letting information out and stuff and all, and people were connecting again. So, and what that comes down to is companies. They get jealous. So groups of people that own companies get in and lobby in the politicians to get it to stop so people don't connect, which then if people don't connect, then they can still sell a product to you. They don't want you connecting. Like YouTube will never team up with TikTok. You get me? Because they're lobbying. TikTok will never work with Facebook. There always has to be some other like alternative for companies, but they're at the top. The people that own these companies, go to lavish mansion parties and stuff and all, and have a good time and all together. Nothing comes of it, you know, because they've got that much money and they can do whatever they want. But you never see any of the videos or anything about them. You get me? Or you never see any bad photos. There's never any like negative light on them. It's always positive light. They always have to be seen in a positive light. They can't be seen in a negative light. Because of what they're doing, like all the stuff they are doing, how much money they have and all that. They have like always complaining. People are always complaining about money. But yet when it comes to the reality, like say they walk into a restaurant, oh look, Elon Musk's here, or Jeff Bezos, or I know Donald Trump, or whatever, any of these rich ones, like mega rich, like ultra rich people. Like these people are above the level of rich. It's beyond wealthy. Like they're in the circles of groups of people that have so much money, it becomes irrelevant. And if they go to your restaurant or whatever, all of a sudden you have to start catering to them and giving them everything for free. For free. You get me? So why would they get it for free? They should be. It should be a point of like, hold on a minute. This person has money that can take absolute countries, whole countries out of poverty, but yet you have to give them free stuff. While you're sitting in the back there scrubbing the dishes and getting told by the boss you're not working hard enough on a tip basis. You're getting paid on tips to live. Now that's disgusting. And you're told by your parents or your family or neighborhood and all, you have to work. You have to working hard gets you somewhere. And they're sitting in the restaurant getting the most lavish meal you can possibly have for free, with gold flakes and everything on it. That's wrong. And we sit by and let it happen. We sit by, like, when's the person that owns a restaurant or whatever or somewhere going to turn around and go, no more, none of this lobbying shit, none of this, you're not allowed to come into work sick, or you're not allowed to take a day off, you're not allowed. It's okay for them to do it. They're allowed to go to parties. They're allowed to schedule their day. They're allowed to live in their big mansions. They're allowed to do whatever they want. They're never seen in a negative light where it's like they're scrubbing a dish in a restaurant or chained to a call center. You know, you never see them doing that. Or selling, I know, newspapers or something. Selling, digging the mines type of thing. You never see them doing that. No. They can't be seen doing that. But the rest of us mere plebs and mortals of reality of the society, no, you get stood on and looked down upon, and yeah, I think you get the picture. Like, well, this guy here, he talks about that in the reality. Goes on a rant, and I like that. I think that's the reality, and doesn't make sense why these people get to do this stuff. I've lost track, so the schedule is, let's get back,
Nora,
2 more.
it's time for Nora to say goodnight.
There's a rescue energy drain mode. Yeah, we'll do that one. Well, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Like, living life. What was the point? What was the point in the things that happen in your life? And even if it means nothing, like it has no point to it, and you look back at it and you're sitting going, what was the purpose of me being born if you're just going to be treated like shit and you have no purpose of being here? Like, so why can't I just enjoy games and piss up my life and ruin everything that I've ever got? Because you're never going to get anywhere anyway.
Proceed.
You're just going to be looked down upon.
Corpus walkers are heading to your
get me?
location.
You're always going to be looked down in a way where it's like
Hurry up. You
were never of any use anyway. When you're lying on your deathbed, it was like you should have went rock climbing and you should have found as many women as you possibly could. Why is that not picking them up?
Here are the holding cells. Search each one for the hostage.
Enjoying every bit of feeling you can imagine. You know, sit and enjoy games and play games and all. Do it all.
Subject found.
Lie
Need to bring
around,
the captive to
fucking
safety.
let people
Protect
complete.
them
They're
at
going to
all
tell you
costs.
you're a piece of shit anyway. And you're thinking, oh, I'm trying to do better for myself or my life or whatever. And every time you try to get somewhere, it gets harder. It doesn't get easier. But that was resources there. I'm trying to get magnetic damage as well. I need to do that. He just hides behind there. You know, I'm talking about if you're lying in your deathbed type of thing. And it was like, what was the point in being with all them women or living this life just to slave away and never get anywhere and have any money when you get to the end anyway, or your kids didn't care about you or whatever it is? It was absolutely pointless.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Uh-huh. People living in their cars and can't get fed and having to go to a workplace that in the mere prayer that you're going to get paid.
Escort mission complete. The hostage is
Hopes
safe
and
now.
prayers
Let's
is one of
get
the
here.
ones. That's what's all left. The poor believe. They have hope. They have faith, and they have prayers. That's the last thing they have. Like there's nothing else. Like, I mean, none of them mean anything. Having faith that things are going to get better, and they don't. You live your whole life and nothing gets better. It's always trying to get worse. And not by your own problem, not that you causing it or making it worse. The whole everyone else decides for you, like I've said before. Just kicked me from my own party there. Like that there, just kicked me from my own party. The software, it must be the connection or something. But again, you try to pay for it. You try to get try and get ahead in life, as they say. Like, try and make it better for yourself, and then you get a wee bit forward, and then something else makes it worse. I'm amazed at the amount of backwardsness we keep going. Oh yes, we have all this technology and stuff and all this moves us forward, but yet we can't get over the fact that we keep causing more fights and arguments and nothing gets done about it, and yet we have people across the world, apparently it's they can't get somewhere to live.
Fortis went mad for 3 milliseconds when he realized that each
But
time
yeah, we're
he
supposed to be
claims
this
something,
so
he makes
advanced
something else
civilization,
dirty.
like both sides.
There I go again.
It's just so extreme from one side to the other of what, if any of it's even makes, if any of it's like got a level playing field somewhere. It's not. It's just all over the place. Nobody knows what's going on. No one. Everyone's trying to sell you something and trying to, when I say everyone's trying to sell you, on a level of a company based like GB News, you would think GB News is, oh yeah, they're reputable. They're trying to sell you the news, the journalism that bring the news to you. If there was none of the chaos going on, then they wouldn't be able to bring you any news or information. They're information brokers basically. And they're bought and sold by whoever pays them, where they get their information from. Same for housing, like the highest bidder gets the best reward. Money again. You're like, but no one knows where that originates. It could have been from anywhere, any source whatsoever, and as long as it goes into the pockets of who they want it to, or disappears, no one blinks an eye and no one cares. This is why I always try to stick to the games, like say nothing, because it means nothing. This here, what I'm talking about, has no relevance to. Just the same as this game, it has no relevance. It's not going to do anything whatsoever to the mobile defense, sabotage. What was the other one? Assassination. Nav beacon 3. Why is it telling me it gets 3 nav beacons? Just want to run to the target and then destroy the target and get out. Because no one wants to face the reality. No one wants to deal with it. Everyone wants to avoid what's really going on. When you have to face it, it's, oh, there's excuses now. There's problems. It's someone else's fault. We can't change it.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it. That's it. Now get out of here.
Just have another drink, take another smoke. That's the end of it. Because no one person on their own can resolve it. It has to be a group. That's where lobbying comes in companies. Because they're lobbying and making plans for what their objectives, their goals, and they're making progress because the paycheck comes in. It's about, you still have to get up to go to work the next day. You still need to pay for the shopping or whatever, put food on the table. It still needs to be done. No one's gonna. That's where the problem lies, because you have to do that. And you don't realise that your boss is lobbying for you to not be sick. And that's how the whole thing happened over 2019. And no one wants to talk about that, because there was a big paycheck that was signed off by the the magic leader. The great leader that everyone seems to say is so good. He signed off Operation Warp Speed,
Excellent
which
work,
then took plunged the whole Western world, or most of the world, into debt. So then everything started shooting up in price. And it was a 2-year trial run by the pharmaceuticals to get everyone back into debt. That was what it was about. That's why everything's inflated so far now. It just keeps... And all these companies are on the crazy train now. They just want to keep putting the price up and making up an excuse. And no one's going to lobby and stick at it long enough to deal with it, to get it to come down. There must be new things I haven't checked over here. Oh, it's her birthday. That's why.
Please select destination.
Don't mind dial. That's it. You get happy. That's great. Don't even get a conversation out of it. 10 extremists, 150 with abilities. What's the rewards? Oh, Omni, Forma, or Catalyst. Primary Arcane. Oh, Shard or Catalyst. And obviously I'm going for this one. And we'll go for the Omniforma and that one.
When in Cetus, do not drink the kombucha.
And we'll go for the secondary one.
Incapable of producing the hydraulic effort
But
required to unstick you.
here's the thing I've got a
of your mouth
problem
in
with
the following
on these. I don't know if I've said it before. So you start off, it used to be the other way round, but now they've swapped it round the other way, where you build up instead of going the other way, where it was 1,000, kill 1,000 enemies at the end. So it used to be this one to start off with, kill 1,000 enemies, kill 300 enemies, but now they swapped it, and then now it's 10 Eximus. Then it builds you up for this with 150 with the abilities. Then it's 200 with melee weapons. Then it's 150 just containers. Then it goes kill 1,000 enemies and kill the tech rot. Now my my problem is, which they should fix, and it's just really bugging the shit out of me, right? If you kill the extremists, right, you kill 10 extremists, you have to come back here and collect your reward. I don't want to come back to this screen to collect the reward. I wanted to carry on to the next task roll over when I'm in the mission. I don't want to have to come back to this screen, come out of the mission, mark off the to-do, then go back into another mission to do 150 enemies with abilities. And the reason why is I kill 150 enemies with abilities, then I have to come back out after completing the mission, and then I've got another 200 to kill with melee weapons. I want it to roll on. I don't know why anyone else doesn't get this. It would be a lot easier for it to roll on than have to come out of the mission to go back into another mission to do the same thing again, and then come out of the mission instead of it rolling on to destroy the containers with it. Just basically like Nightwave. It rolls on to the next challenge or task. So all these could be just lined up one after the other. Complete that one, then you complete that one, and once they complete, you just collect your rewards after, instead of, oh crap, I have to come out of the mission to get my reward for this here, and now I have to go back in to kill 150 enemies when I could have still been in the same mission and killed 150 enemies with the extremists. And then it just rolls on to the next task, which is kill them with melee weapons, and it lets you know. Why do I have to explain all that there in one go? Why does it not make sense? Is it not understandable that you would much rather have that than having to come out of a mission Like, there's like you're just like 1,000 enemies. It should just roll on to kill 1,000 enemies. 1,000 enemies. That's a task. I can't remember who it was doing it with. Who was? Because it makes you have to have a nuke warframe. They keep blasting everything. Kill, kill, kill. But the one that slows me down is that you have to do it with abilities. Or you have to do it with melee weapons, and it has to be a specific enemy. And then the containers. And same again, then it just goes kill enemies. Again, on top of the rollover, right? Why doesn't it just add this one up too? It says 1,000 enemies, right? But I've just killed 10 extremists. Is that not an enemy? I've just killed 150 enemies with abilities. Is that not 150 enemies? In that 1,000. Then I have to do 200 enemies with melee weapons. Is that not another... what's that? 150. 350 enemies already? Within the 1,000 enemies? On this? Is that not the same thing? Then open the containers, obviously. Then you've got 1,000 enemies, which could have been in the other one. And then now you've got the same again, except it's a specific enemy type with abilities. And I've just done enemies with abilities. It makes no sense. Right, and then I'm gonna obviously point out what the purpose of this was. It's supposed to be the calendar. Yes, the calendar tasks. But they make no sense when they're all separated. I want them connected so then you can do all the tasks in one. Because it just once I complete that, it doesn't roll over to that one. Then I have to go back into another mission to do that again. Do 150 enemies. When I've just had to kill 150 enemies to get the extremists, to kill 10 extremists. And as I've just done that, there's 160 enemies plus, right? Because I was killing these ones in here that weren't extremists. Then I have to do another 200 enemies, which I've just killed. And open all these other containers for the rewards. And then it doesn't let me do this here. So the calendar's supposed to be each month, and you're like, but you're just it's just going to roll over anyway when I come out of the mission to go back in. It needs reworked. It's stupid. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. Me personally, I don't. Okay, yes, it was good to start. Now it's ridiculous how many enemies you have to kill for no reason. It's just kill 1 billion enemies, come out, and then reset and kill another billion enemies. And you're like, what? Why didn't you just integrate it with the other kills? Like a quota for the 3 months instead of each month. So July, August, September. So a quota for 3 months is this, like Nightwave, this, what's that? Two tasks each month. 2, 4, 6. Yep. This quota for 3 months is 6 tasks, and it just rolls over on each one. Sorted. And it saves you from having to come out of a mission. You could go straight into a survival mission. And this is the thing that DE really don't like. And they really locked down on this the last time, which really bugged me. Is that they don't like you sitting 8 hours in a survival mission collecting resources. 8, 12, 10, whatever hours in a survival mission. They really don't like you doing that. I can understand their point of view. I'm going in their defense. I can understand why, because they don't want you sitting farming and they also don't want you fatiguing out. That's their excuse. That's their get out of jail free card. Oh, we care about the people. Well, then just give us the tasks so then they integrate into each other if you really do care about us. Instead of getting us to come out and go back in again. No one's going to take a break. They're just going to do it anyway. While they're too busy doing this. And they're too
Coming up
busy doing
next.
these. And they're too busy doing the real jack. And they're too busy doing whatever's in the origin system too. Then they've got their Daviri to do too. If you really care about us. Let's see what the weapons are. Do they not have that? I don't know if I have that too. Awaken his abilities. This weapon's ability to increase critical chance the longer it is fired uninterrupted. Where do I have that? One installed. One owned. Don't own that. And I have that installed. Pick the stuff for the week. Well, it'll be reset. Today's Wednesday, isn't it? We'll come back out because I've got my. Did I get my Nightwave finished? For the 5 nightmare missions. 200. Yeah, I did. There's it there. And we've still got them enemies to kill too. See, it just rolls over, and it adds in with these 200 enemies, which is the way I would like it with Holovania. 341 enemies. There's just 200 enemies there. Then you've got 30 extremists. Same thing. Nightwave is actually the exact same thing as Holovania, except Holovania gets you to come out of the mission and go back in. 4 more missions to do there. I need to go to the restroom. So I'll be back in a second. We'll stand here. I'm back. What's the next one?
Welcome.
Need to do 4 more missions. Activate 3 Rec Room obelisks and demos. We'll go and do that. So we'll do it solo. Yeah. Let's go and find these. There's one. Just collect the resources. Especially these. Nothing else. I'm gonna just die anyway. Is it? That's a good one. There's the other one. 3. Gone. I'll get out of here. Back to resources and get out. Let's see what we got. Resources. Ganglions for father. He collects them. Nanospores. Some of the stuff's good here, you know, for demos. When you do the bounties, though. Depends what you're collecting. Like, I think it's. I collected Aya here, but you get a lot of endo. Alright, next. What's these notifications here? Mr. Rally. Community stream, what was that? Prime time. Hold on a minute. I always thought that was a cigar in his mouth. It's his tongue coming out. It's really bad. Stupid. Right. Right.
I make exceptions.
Ooh,
for the
25.
exceptional.
Gets me to 400, 125 then. Enemies. 4 missions. Are magnetic. Right.
It's time for Nora to say goodnight.
Now time to put speed boots on and go for... Where is they? Bolt.
Ordis went mad for 3 milliseconds when he realized that each time he cleans something, he makes something else dirty. Ah! There I go again. Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Right. So what do we need to do?
Who have we got on the line?
Kill 150,
Oh, yeah. I don't have a
125
line.
enemies. 4 missions, within 4 missions, what's that divided up? 125 divided by 4, which is 30 each or something? 30 each mission or something like that. I think I need to do Comey in that. Does it count as 1 mission? Now we'll go with Rhino. Rhinoceros. We'll need to get Argon crystals. Damn it. We'll do that next.
Come. Come and unweave this dark dream. Swiftly now, present the offering to the shrine, so this dark fate may be averted. The dream cannot end us. How can we prepare the offerings with these monsters at our doors? Infested demon marks the edge of fate. Destroy it. This is within reach.
You Ostrons crack me up. Thick walls and thick skulls. Kome is nothing but a pet rock.
And yet you crave to own Kome for yourself, do you not? You do well, but... Ay, Kome is fickle. You must fight on. Take courage, Zura. Make the offerings in Cetus's name. Look at the sea, Tenno. Kanumuts. The heart of this festering fate dream. An infested Oni. It cannot live. It is done. Fortune favors Cetus once again. Kome blesses you with this dream's bounty.
Always a pleasure.
There's a mission.
It's
I need to
time
check
for
their
Nora to
weapons.
say goodnight.
Because I want Komi's staff. I have her main primary weapon, but I don't have her staff. Her staff would be really handy. Let's see. For a reason I haven't got a belt or something. Or have I got a belt? Oh, a second blade, that's what I needed. That's why it's not belt. Let's do another one. See if we can get the blade.
No! fetus of my dreams.
We must cease our offering, Sura. Krona Meta. Beat back the infested and change our fate. Come. Come and unweave this dark dream. Shifting fate is hard won. Hold firm. We now face misfortune given form.
The Oni will crush your fruit baskets and your putrid organs, and gorge on the delicious jam!
Grenier recklessness may rouse the demons that have long slumbered on our shores. We must ensure they never truly awaken. Fate turns in our favor. The new thread is almost spun. Legends of old say that the night is darkest before the dawn, Sura. And in this horrible storm, I know it's truth. The Oni is upon us. Take the offerings before they are soaked. The infested Oni is determined to be. Only Kome can banish him to unreality. Bring tribute to the shrine. Enrage the Oni. Tear at this horrible dream.
Such infested beauty! And he looks hungry! How could the infested show such a pathetic performance?
Kome has danced her dance of fate and whirled us down a new path. All is well.
They've called me helmet.
Welcome back.
But Malibu said the monsters in the water would sleep
They will, child. The Tenno will ensure it. Now, get to safety. Sura, lure the infested by presenting offerings to Kome. And then, gut them as Heinrich might got a kut-kut. With the Unum's blessing, save us from this future.
Let your precious dice decide. Even roll. You let the infested consume you. Odd roll. You open those gates, and I set Cetus ablaze!
Come. Come and unweave this dark dream. We must cease our offerings, Sura. Krona Meta. Beat back the infested and change our fate.
They'll survive this.
infested demon marks the edge of fate. Destroy it. Peace is within reach.
Your Kome is made of nothing but rot and delusion. The Oni will obliterate her, pave Cetus with her grapple.
It's shut. Even in dreams, we must endure your ramblings. Can you sense it, Tenno? The tides of fate are shifting for us.
Back! Back! Leave an old man in peace!
Glad I kept you.
An infested Oni emerges from the depths. The final guardian of our doom. Strike it down! The offerings are ready. Take them. The demon Oni is too powerful. But with Kome's aid, we double our strength. Hurry now. Bring more offerings to the shrine. Fate can be changed.
Lunacy! These Austrons are stupefied by Tenno tricks! Such infested beauty! And he looks hungry!
So, this dreadful vision is just an old woman's dream. Let the waters be peaceful.
Alright, the handle. Didn't get it. Okay. Nobody else joined me. So, where's that leave me? It leaves me tired, that's what it leaves me. What have we got left?
Now, just in case
One
some of you
mission.
ain't doing all this out of the kindness of your hearts.
And what's that? 21 enemies I could kill. That's it.
Coming up next.
Damn. Makes me want to do one more run. I'll leave and then I'll see if we can join a group because I'm really I don't want to have to run up my own again. I'm tired. It is 20 past 12 here for the time. I've done my part for the schedule, so I still need to get a couple more kills for the incarnate weapon. There we go.
Celebration of Colme! It angers the demons in the water!
Hurry inside, child. Doga! The Tenno will cut through the infested and deliver our offerings to Colme. Always. The vision begins.
I thought there was somebody else here. Do you know what I mean?
Here they come!
Really?
To ignore.
Oh, let's go. Do this again.
Swiftly now, present the offering to the shrine, so this dark fate may be averted.
Behold! The fearsome Ostron counterattack! Gift baskets!
What a fortune Colme has bestowed! Dark force grows too powerful. You must suppress it, Sura. We cannot prepare offerings like this.
My husband! Has anyone seen my husband?
Nice, somebody joins.
courage, Sura. Make the offerings in Cetus's name.
Bring in all the support. More.
Infestation is strong. Defeat the Oni to prove ours is stronger.
The Oni will crush your fruit baskets and your putrid organs and gorge on the delicious jam!
Grineer recklessness may rouse the demons that have long slumbered on our shores. We must ensure they never truly awaken. Sura, offerings await you outside our doors.
Is that a
Fate
pun?
turns
Did
in
we
our
never
favor.
awaken now?
The new thread is almost
I thought this was all
sparked.
supposed to be a dream.
An infested Oni. Slay that toad demon, and Cetus is saved. Doga! The infested
decide.
Oni is determined to be. Only Kome can banish him to unreality. Bring tribute to the shrine. Enrage the Oni. Tear at this horrible dream.
The Oni! A glorious tower of flesh, beside which your Unum is a mere outhouse!
In the Onum's name, cut the Oni down. It is done. Fortune favors Cetus once again. Kome blesses you with this dream's bounty.
We get the... We got a relic. Oh, right, well, that's that one done.
I
And the
make
last one then,
exceptions for the exceptional.
10 enemies. We'll just leave it. And that was it. That was all Nightwave rope. There you go. Can't really do the stories because you need to wait 12 hours to get it. I don't know if it's 12 hours, yeah. I think it's 12 hours. Or to reset. And then I'll just do that at some other point. And then Olivania. But there you go. I've had my rant, and they've brought the Prime out. Everyone's probably got Prime Your Rally now. You either paid for it or grinded it all day. All the kids. What else is happening? And Nightwave's just this is as far as you get for today anyway.
And we're out.
I'm gonna leave it there, guys and girls, or whoever listens to this. And check out Hot Flyer, Millennial Steam. Who's the other ones? They're all out there. Epic economists like philosophy gamer. These ones all point out about the things in society or as a whole that we're not addressing, and we don't.
Operator, Ordis has been interfacing with the Foundry's AI precepts. You could say we forged a new connection.
The parts where we're wanting to keep the system or the matrix or whatever you want to say alive. Which I can see that point of view too. Because if this falls apart with the money, or we just keep printing it and then it means nothing. Which, in a sense, it means nothing anyway. The value's only put on it because we put it on it, which is nothing. And that's how all this works. If we genuinely do live on a globe, or a flat earth, or whatever it is, why is it so hard to find out? Why is it so hard to know what the truth is? That points out to me if it's that hard to find or see or for yourself, like you can't just fly into space. Why is it that only the rich can do it? Like wealthy? Why are they only allowed to know? Why, of all the millions of people, or if there really is as many people as they say on the planet, we say, or whoever it is that runs the planet or whatever's going on, gets to decide what goes on financially, politically, what the rules are politically, as it all turns around and it's all broken. Like, we're still arguing over stuff that's happened 1,000 years ago or whatever. That's how useless we are as a race of beings. And everyone's under this impression that if the aliens are out there, or whatever it is that's out there, if they do exist, that they're afraid to come here. And then I ask the question every single time. It's so simple. How could space traveling beings, they're supposed to have warp gates and stargates or whatever, and space travel bending technology and laser guns and all this stuff and all, and they're afraid of us that's driving around in combustible engines that can't even get off the planet. We're that advanced. How would they be afraid of us in any shape or form? And they have technological devices or telepathic powers or whatever it is, but yet they're afraid of us. Like that they can't even. We're literally like cows. We're like sheep compared to what they are. If they existed, if we were able to prove any of this, if any of it was like where we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, which we're not. That's the problem with the human race. We don't want to. It has been built into us. There was a guy, Billy Carson said it. He says, "Is our instincts are our belief system, which is built into us to force us apart, to fight with each other. It has been built into us, like the only way I could describe it is it's like instinct. So an instinct for like a spider would be to make a web, or for a bird it would be to fly. So for a human being, it's to fight with each other, or not, to be more specific, a belief system. It was built into our brains to make us worship or belief or make belief of something that doesn't exist. So we would always fight or argue over anything. The black is white or white is black. That's the way we would always gonna be. We are never going to have a unity because we want the main one is obviously greed. But the driving force behind that is the belief that we're better than one another. Then to delve in deeper, to do a deep dive to that, it will be behind the belief system is faith. Things that are intangible, they're non-existent. That's what we do as a species, instinctually argue over anything. And that's how all this stuff in the system that we have created is so perfectly corrupt, is so perfectly designed backwards that it doesn't work. It's never going to work because we can't agree. We cannot find out any physical proof, solid truths. Now, from game theory, there is solid truths, like as to say, this table's real in front of me. Like we can agree that the table's real. That's the stuff that we should be doing. But when someone takes a video recording, it can't be proven. And that's where it's all going technologically. Like everything's going to be on a screen, and then we're going to believe what the screen tells us, and then everything gets worse because that's what we think. And then the more we think like that, the worse things are going to get, because we always want the controversy or gossip or a belief or faith in something, and then we want to label things because we categorize everything as a human being. Everything has to go into its own little box. While on the other side of the coin, from the human side, the humanity side, is the companies, corporations. They are a separate own entity of themselves. The way it goes about is, how a corporation or a company works is, say I set up Cosmic Streams as a company. Now I am committed to that and then anybody else who joins it, to the moderators or whatever and all, is to keep it going. Now it's become its own self-entity. That's what the other side of the coin is, that makes the rules, is designed for the system to work against this, because we as human beings don't want to be together. We don't band together. All the protests, all the arguments, all the stuff and all gets you nowhere. That's how the corporations win. That's how the companies win, because they stay in the background. They keep all the stuff that they do on paper and behind closed doors. They, as I said earlier, they lobby for things. They make sure that the process or the task is being completed, whether it be working on a production line for parts for bubble guns or whatever it is, or they're making deals with countries over resources. That's how companies work. Human beings on the ground level walk about the street and fight with each other and complain about not being able to get enough alcohol or food or paying for the electric or gas bill or whatever it is, or get a payday loan. That's what people do. And all that's happening. The alcohol is owned by a company. The payday loans is owned by a company. The streets, the very streets that you walk down, are owned by companies. We don't stand a chance if we are going to sit here and complain about anything, a protest or whatever. They just take it as a tantrum from a baby, and then they go, right, are you done with your tantrum now? Now get back to work. That's how hilarious we are. Like, it's a circus act, like George Carlin said. It's a circus act. It's the whole show. We get a front row seat in the Western world, and that's what all the other ones do. But I'm not saying the Western world's better than any other country. There's other countries that are better. Dubai's supposed to be a nice country. Romania, Poland, Russia, they're all nice. China even, they're nice. They're nice countries. They're just seen in a bad light to another country because they have a different way of living, which is wrong, because catastrophes happen on any side of the planet or wherever it is that we're on, and there is no sympathy for it, because every individual's in their own level of greed or self-interest. Instead of taking a breather and stepping back and looking at things and going, hold on a minute, if we're on this rock together, why is it we have to argue all the time, fight? Where's this, as you would call it, anxiety and problems coming from? We should be stopping the workplace for the production if we're just here to consume and then, and that'll be the end. Then what was there was no purpose to the human species whatsoever. So we should be stopping any production, going to your workplace and doing an industrial action and sit there and say, look, I'm not working until we have resolved world peace or whatever it is and found out what the problem is around here. That the politicians aren't out to help us. Like, the hilarity one I always say to people when I'm talking about politicians is just for a general subject or something to pick out of the hat, okay? If the kids need a school, right? And they need somewhere to for books and education, and they make jobs for teachers and stuff and all. What person in their own right mind would be against that? Why would anybody in general, not a title, nobody with a title, just general people going, we're against children having a school? Who does that? Why would somebody be against that? I couldn't say that there's anybody on the planet that would turn around and go, why would the kids would be denied an education, or denied any sort of future, or denied a living space to do whatever projects or clubs or whatever it may be? Financially, I'm talking about, like financially, as I'm specifically getting at, to build a school, to give builders a job, to build a school, for teachers to have a job, for kids to get educated. Who would be against that? Why would someone turn around and say, no, we're not allocating funding for that? Because it would need to be somebody who is so bitter with life, and so downtrodden, and so inhuman, that they would say, no, you're not getting that money. Kids are not getting an education, they're not getting a school built, and they're not getting any shape or form of a normalcy of life without threat or worry of learning or understanding of the world around them. Who would be against that? And I would put a bet down that most people, at least 90% of the population, if you want to say, or 99%, or whatever it is, would say, get the funding for a school and build the school. But it's that what I'm trying to get at is that their pushback. You know, when you write, say in general, you need to do X, Y, and Z tasks, write a letter, talk to your politician, gather 10 people or something to go to a committee or whatever it is, and you did all these wee tasks, and then you still get up there and the politicians or whatever say, no, you're not getting the money for this school. Why would they do that? Why? Like, who in their own right mind would say no, deny people a general basic way of living, or like a library or something so simple? It would be food. There you go, food's a perfect one. At the minute it's really bad, yeah, because companies work you, right, and people are supposed to have food to eat so they can sustain themselves or their children. But why would our own it's not our own, but people in general be of a certain status or class of people that can just turn around and deny another group of people food, and turn around and say, no, there's not enough resources? What type of human being does that? Like, what? Like, as I say, you still need to be so inhumane that you have no sense of humanity whatsoever in your body, and you just turn around and deny. You just ignore ignore any calls for help as a species, as a human race. Like, you would need to be literally, as I say, as far as I'm concerned, an alien. Somebody who would just go, no, you're not getting that. And that's it. There's no debate about it. There's no talking about it. There's no, just no. The answer's no. And then there's no, you're just silenced, as they say. Stonewalled. Completely. Ignored. A whole city or town or village or whatever it is completely ignored. And then, not only does everybody get up, say that whole town or village or city or whatever it is, tries to get up and explain themselves, the committee or the council or whatever it is on the other side actively work against it. Actively, when I say actively, I mean like actually push back and talk to people where they're saying, we're taking your information and we're evaluating the information and all this here stuff. And they're not. They just completely again stonewall the people and ignore them. Like as if to say they're not even human. Who does? Like, that's not a species or a race of people that care about each other. As I say, the belief system and the internalization and the self-absorption and self-interest is so bad that you would deny children food because you have and deny them funding to get the food to them. You would deny them education. You would deny the people that are living in the houses that need shelter. Deny them shelter. Deny them food. Deny them education. Deny them any sort of basic living through financial means. Deny them all of that and then actively worked against it. That's what amazes me about human beings. Actively work against it to keep the social structure down, to keep the pressure on those that don't have against and the versus those that have. But yet turn round, and this is the magic word that I always have to point, like the key one that these ones always say. It's a free market. Anybody can do it. So it's only free when it suits them. So if they want to get a raise, say in their pay packet, which they did, they voted for a raise, didn't they? It's a free market. Kids need an education, kids need food, people are starving, need shelter. Now it's not a free market anymore. It's only free market on one side or the other. Now, as I say, I ask who does that? Who denies? Because all I ever hear when it comes to politics or any people of stature or status or whatever, they always turn around and go, people should have the basics. People should be having this. People should be doing that. People should be this. But nothing ever comes of it. Nothing ever changes. It always stays the same. It's always them sitting there collecting their paycheck and people getting denied any sort of basic living on a planet that's supposed to have all the resources that we need to keep sustain ourselves. And not only does it have what we need, we have extracted everything efficiently that we can withhold it from certain groups of people. Deny people food, water, shelter on the basis of the and this is the thing, on the basis of a free market and that everyone asks for too much for food and shelter and for children to be fed and clothed. Why is that so hard? And then the other one is a whole planet that has all been cut up by whoever the powers that be or whatever it is. I always ask, who decides where the borders are? Who's these people that are sitting in the background again? This mysterious group or mysterious companies or whoever it may be that deny people food and shelter. Then they deny certain places that you're not allowed into. Who denies that? Like, from one group of people to another group of people, are not allowed into a certain area by another certain area, and then they decide where the border is. Who's these people that decide where the borders are on the planet? Like, you could stand on a border in physical reality and step one foot on one side and 1 foot in the other, but yet it would be two completely different rules, two different understandings, two different languages, two different everything. That's what they want. They want you to stay separate, keep you isolated, keep you singled out, deny you anything. So we as people, as human beings, do not remove them borders, remove the people that are denying any sort of financial stability. They want to keep it down, and any sort of shelter, food, shelter, and clothing, and education, the basics, the stuff that is supposed to be as a human being as is denied. And then people wonder why they live in squalor, live with their families, and can't get ahead, can't get anything in life. And it doesn't start with just you. That's not how it works. It starts with finding a way of living that can support others. And has a positive goal. And they say it starts with you. It takes you to do it, because it's not out there, and it's never going to be. But it's not just you, I would say, not just you. These groups, there's many groups, LGBT group, and they even have their internal problems. There's political groups, or parties as they call them. There's countries that deny certain other countries certain things, and there's people that identify with certain countries, with certain groups in certain ways. All sorts of things, for whatever reasons. But the one thing that always seems to be common with every person is two things, I suppose. The number one is the money, and the number two, or in some cases it might be number one. It's like thing one and thing two from Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is women. Doesn't matter what color it comes in. No one's going to deny. No man's going to deny that. I keep thinking that the realm that the women run, to me, personally, is the words. But it's just interesting how all the men are supposed to do all the work in the world. I'm not saying women can't. Women can do just as much as men, and men can do whatever women do, bar one thing. Bar one thing in the whole world, or as a species, as a biological being, is that women can give birth and men can't, and that's the end of it. But it always takes two to tango, to reproduce, male and female. That's it. That's what it boils down to. A world where we live in, harmonized by two becoming one, and we're all striving towards the one goal rather than it being a rat race. for no reason. I think that's my philosophy for the night out. Well, I'm just going to go to bed now. Game your content.